Joining us now, NewsNation legal contributor, host of the Law and Crime Network, Jesse Weber. Jesse, hello. Thanks for being back here on the show.
Good to see you.
Look, this story, great to see you. So the story comes out from the New York Times last night, and I'm thinking to myself, are they just getting all the dirt, all the really icky things on Hunter Biden out now before a pardon is coming? Because I do not think there is a single parent in this country who doesn't believe that President Biden would pardon his own child.
Oh, I can 100% agree with you. I didn't believe it when he made the comment. And I don't know, call me a cynic, but, and this is all due respect to the president. I mean, he also said he would never drop out of the race unless there was a heavenly act, unless you consider Nancy Pelosi a heavenly act. So I think when you're dealing with his son, there was no grounds. I think he was looking to win the election and then ultimately have a pardon here. Look, I think at the end of the day, that's probably what we're looking at. And why we see the release of this now, there's been reporting that the New York Times, as you said, had been looking to get this release for a while, that they got the sign-off from but they got the sign-off from the Biden administration even before he stepped down, which, again, the timing of it's curious. People will make of it what they will. But what I will tell you, Blake, when I read the headline today, you know what I wasn't? I wasn't surprised. Because this is another example of Hunter Biden trading in on the Biden name and using that position for personal benefit. I don't necessarily think it's a crime, but it's definitely morally dubious. So, that's clear.
Okay, so not a crime. Here's what Abby Lowell, Hunter Biden's attorney, said about this. Quote, no meeting occurred, no project materialized, no request for anything in the U.S. was ever sought, and only an introduction in Italy was requested. You say this was not a crime. The Department of Justice has not pursued him with charges of potentially being a foreign agent. But I don't know, Jesse, as the average person, I sit back and say, wait a minute. He's trying to get the United States government to do something on behalf of another country. How's that not? How do you not need to register as a foreign agent for something like that?
I actually think what came out a few days ago was worse, where he was trying to advocate on behalf of a Romanian businessman to alter U.S. policy, basically. And that's what we're talking about. When we're talking about a FARA violation, having to register as a foreign agent, it's when you're doing the political bidding of a foreign government or a foreign principal. Now, there's an exemption, and Abby Lowell also mentioned this. If you are just engaging in commercial activity, if you're just engaging in business, if you're not being directed by a foreign government, if you're not directly serving the interests of a foreign government, then FARA doesn't apply. And you could say, yeah, he's sitting on the board of a Ukrainian energy company controlled by an Ukrainian oligarch. But at the end of the day, just asking for an introduction, I don't think that necessarily rises to the level where he would have to register as a foreign agent. So again, my conclusion, I don't think it's illegal. I think it's definitely morally dubious.
Jesse Weber, NewsNation legal contributor. Jesse, talk to you soon. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.